is Jamie Scott. Today I will be discussing why we should be implementing second languages into elementary schools. So even though Spanish and French and sometimes some like American Sign Languages are taught in high school, I think it would be better to put it in elementary schools. That way you are more easily able to retain it and you have more time to learn it. So we are going to start with why. So it is easier to learn a second language at a younger age, and sometimes it's easier to learn it with the language that you are primarily using, just so you can compare the two together. Apple means apple, apple in another language means apple. Another reason is that it gives you more time to learn it than in high school. High school, you get like 2 years tops. You don't take it seriously because you're in high school, and you don't retain it as well because you're studying other things, doing whatever. But in elementary school, you have to learn these things to get to the next grade, and therefore you would enhance your language skills through that. Another reason that we would do that would be to improve yourself in brain function. According to blog rosettastone.com, it boosts your confidence, it would advance your career set, it would strengthen your decision making, and it would make you easier able to learn other languages on top of the 2 primary ones that you would have after learning the 2 languages. You would be able to become a polyglot, which means you'd learn more than 2 languages. So the third reason would be to travel and see the world. Leadwithlanguages.org says that if you were to go to where your language would originate, you would learn the language easier because you would be using that language, you'd be applying it to that culture, and that would be another thing. You would be able to actually submerge yourself in that culture, connect to people with that culture, and be able to more understand other people, which would in turn, I would assume, would lower the hate in this world, because you would be able to easily understand other people and where they are coming from within their economy, within their world. You'd be able to reach out further. So from weforum.org, that was where I learned that you would retain easier at a younger age, and that is why I would believe that starting at home would be the easiest way to start implementing this. If you learn the easiest of Spanish, if you think about what you would teach a 5-year-old in terms of language, we could easily learn Spanish up until the 5-year-old reading level. And so if parents were to implement that at home, and then we would continue on to kindergarten and then 1st grade, 2nd grade, and the parents continue to help them at home, it would be a lot easier of a process, and parents wouldn't necessarily need to know the language before teaching their children that. They would be helped along the way with elementary teachers and everything like that, because they would be sent home with packets and so forth. At blogs.edweek.org, they say that it plays a major role in development by speaking that language at home rather than in a school setting. Children are more able to learn within the home a lot more than they are in the school setting, just because they're children, they're around other children in the school setting. There's a lot of distractions. They don't learn as well as they would at home because their parents are showing them, basically. Parents being involved with homework would be the #1 way to start this train rolling. However, a lot of homes aren't going to do that. They're not going to go above and beyond. They're not going to try to help their homework with even like the basic math problems, let alone a whole other language that they have no desire of learning. So we would, of course, need the government to get involved with more funding towards schools, which kind of seems like a joke right now, especially with who we have as a president and how he would not want to implement other languages in the schools, because it would be a waste, basically. If they're cutting drama in art classes, then this probably wouldn't be implemented as well, which is why we would circle back to wanting to do that at home first, getting the parents on our side. And the parents would really need to see how learning a language that is outside of English would acquire a whole new world of possibilities. You could get better jobs, you could go travel the world and see so many sites and already know the languages of the people there. And I just think that that would be amazing if we could implement that for our younger children when they already do in other countries such as China. They learn English on top of whatever language they're already speaking, and it makes it a lot easier for them to get around in the world. Everybody just assumes that everybody else speaks English, and that's just not the case. And it would be really nice if our kids would be able to grow and learn through learning a new language. And that's it.
I don't know how good this is.